Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special playoff edition of Rvtv's Game of the Week, where today the Rancocas Valley softball team plays host to the Toms River East Raiders. Jason Sapp here to bring you in the action. I am joined once again by Aiden DeLucia. Aiden, welcome back.
It's great to be back.
I asked you this yesterday if you were ready for some playoff baseball, so now I got to ask you today, are you ready for some playoff softball?
Sure am ready. I hope they play the same thing. They play the same thing as the baseball team did.
Yeah, we were at the baseball game just yesterday, and RV started that game really fast and never let go. And they won 11-1. So we'll see if we can get a repeat of history here as the Red Devils softball team now, the 7 seed in the South Jersey Group 4 state tournament, will play host to the 10 seed Toms River East Raiders. So just getting ready to get things started here. Let's take a look how the teams got here. RV again 12-11 on the season. They are coached by Shelby McIntosh. They're coming off of a season-ending loss at Cherokee 11-7. Toms River is 12-6 on the year. They're coached by Danielle Ferran. They wrapped up their regular season with an 8-5 loss at Southern. So both these teams winning 3 of their last 5 coming in, Aiden, and we were saying that yesterday at the baseball game, how both teams had won 4 of their last 5 coming in. So what kind of momentum do you think that helps give a team winning as much as they did at the end of the year?
Well, obviously, when you have the momentum on your side, you're obviously going to be feeling good. And I'll say this again. With momentum on your side, you're in a good mood, you play better, and a lot of things happen. A lot of good things happen, if I must say.
Well, we're going to see if that happens again here. This is actually our second time seeing the softball team this season. We broadcast a game earlier in the year against Cherry Hill East. And we were actually talking pregame how that was just a bombs away kind of game. We had a lot of home runs in that game, and there was a big offensive showing by the Red Devils. So we're going to see now that state tournament play is here if RV can repeat their success. So let's give you the batting order for both teams. We'll start with the Raiders. We have batting first, number 9, Peyton Gallagher. Batting second, number 2, Ava Sorinsky. Batting third, number 5, Caitlin Colangelo. Batting fourth, number 4, Addison Gallagher. Batting fifth, number 8, Gianna Capone. Batting sixth, number 11, Adriana Cruz. Batting seventh, starting pitcher today, number 3, Kaylee Fitzgibbons. Batting eighth, number 18, Madison Bernardo. And batting ninth, number 6, Emma Hamilton. When the Red Devils come up to bat, it will be first number 14, Monroe Alexis Willis. Batting second will be number 42, Ava Sweet. Batting third will be number 33, Melanie Early. Batting fourth will be number 9, Stephanie Kraska. Batting fifth will be number 17, Aubrey Jeffers. Batting sixth and starting pitcher today for the Red Devils, number 11, Olivia Doppler. Batting seventh, number 23, Juliana Powell. Batting eighth, number 27, Sydney Wright. And batting ninth, number 22, Emily Wizakowski. All right, so the Red Devils ready to get things started here today as RV gets ready to take the field for the first time, and Toms River will start things out on offense. And again, as we go along here, we'll give you some more stats and information. This is actually the first ever meeting between these two teams, Aiden, so usually we have some information about that. But first ever meeting between RV and Toms River East in softball. So a little bit of an unknown here as far as team familiarity is concerned.
It's a bit of unknown territory. Usually, since you play your opponent at least a couple times a year, you know their style.
Yeah.
But since you haven't played them this year, you don't really know what to expect.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game here. As we said, RV and Toms River meeting for the first time. And again, your starting pitcher today, number 11, Olivia Doppler. Olivia's had an excellent season in her junior year. As RV warming up, getting ready for their first at-bat of the day, which will be Peyton Gallagher for Toms River. So, Aiden, what are you looking for here for Toms River to get things started?
Well, I'm expecting what they're doing with the baseball team that happened yesterday. If anyone can remember, they scored 6 runs in the first inning and then tallied on 2 more in the second inning. And basically what you want to do is jump out to an early lead, put some pressure on the other team so they start getting more desperate. And overall, just lock them down on defense, great pitching, and also fielding the ball very cleanly.
And again now, same token, what do the Red Devils have to do today in order to have a successful game?
Well, it's kind of the same thing. Just Olivia's got to have a really good day at pitching, which I believe she'll have a great day, even though she's a very good pitcher. And also jump early on the bats. you don't have to force a bunch of home runs, even though this team's very known for doing that. But also get a bunch of base hits, doubles, even the occasional triple. Pardon me. And
Well,
anything can go on.
well, that is certainly possible. We are set up once again in the outfield. This is one of my favorite spots to set up in all of sports here at RV. You're right on top of the action here.
As Olivia Doppler starts the game off with the first pitch strike.
Beautiful day out here once again. About 71 at the start of the game. Breezy, cool. That one's going to head foul.
Right down the third baseline,
So-
and the count is now 0-2.
So kind of similar to yesterday's weather, a little bit cooler, I'm going to say. But again, you couldn't ask for better conditions here. Partly cloudy, we'll call it. Just beautiful weather for softball.
The breeze, I will admit, does feel pretty good.
Certainly does.
The 0-2. Fly ball right to left at the wall, and it's going to bounce right off the wall.
Well, that's going to be good for a double
So-
right there. Good fielding by the Red Devils.
It's a good way that she did not take her eye off the ball, and even though she couldn't quite make the play, she did hold the runner to only a double. And rather quickly, she threw in the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a heads-up play there by Wizakowski. Only limits the runner to a double. But first at-bat here, and runner on base for the Raiders. Up next, we have Ava Surinsky, number 2.
We have a foul tip to the backstop. Toms River East already threatening early after that double.
So again, no outs here, just getting started. Runner on second for the Raiders. No outs.
The 0-1. Tempted bunt, but it falls back to the backstop for an 0-2 count.
And we saw that. It was right around that part of the field yesterday, Aiden. We just saw with baseball. That seemed to be the favorite spot for both teams.
It's either down the line or in the gap. Doesn't really go to any of the fielders too often. The 0-2. Ball high. Big jump from the runner on second. The 1-2. Throw back to second, but the runner gets back safely.
Good play there by Ava Sweet, the catcher. We saw her make plays like that against Cherry Hill in our last broadcast.
It looks like Surinsky struck out there, so RV gets the early strikeout.
All right, so yeah, first out for the Raiders. First strikeout for Olivia Doppler.
Ball 1.
So runner still on second. 1 out now. And up to bat is Caitlin Colangelo, number 5.
The 1-0. Skied right to left center field, and it's over the wall. And Toms River early, striking first with the 2-run home run from Caitlin Colangelo.
Wow, that was just a deep, deep shot. RV had no chance of getting that one.
Just gets over the fence.
And we don't see that very often here from the opposing side, Aiden. So RV in an early deficit now, 2-0 Toms River. So RV kind of talking things over there. That's in the same area again where that one double was hit. And now they get a 2-run homer by Caitlin Colangelo.
Well, they nearly hit a home run themselves on that first pitch, bouncing right off the wall.
Very true.
And then eventually Colangelo hits the ball right over and then puts Toms River up early.
So RV facing a 2-0 deficit early in this one. Bases are now cleared. And up to bat, we have Addison Gallagher. Do want to quickly say that if I do mispronounce anyone's names today, I do want to apologize in advance. It's now 1-1 here with 1 out.
Fly ball right to right field, and it's caught easily for the second out.
All right, so now Rv looking to try to close out this inning here. Toms River has struck first. Now a chance for Rv to wrap up this top of the inning. Now there's one thing you got to remember with Rv, Aiden, is that their bats can come alive at any moment. This team can definitely score a lot of runs and pile up the hits very quickly.
As Olivia right here, I wouldn't be too worried about the runs as long as you can make up with the bats.
Definitely, and Rv is certainly capable of doing that.
The 0-1 fell back for 0-2. So Olivia on 2 pitches has a good opportunity to strike the last batter out and get out of the inning. And the pitch. Ball high, 1-2. Two and two.
Yeah, full or even count now, I should say.
Not quite a full count.
No, almost. Toms River hanging around here with 2 outs.
Want to try and start a 2-out rally. The 2-2. Swung on, and it will fall out of play. Count remains 2-2.
And once again, looking toward that side of the field.
Seems like Toms River is lurking that third base line, trying to sneak a hit in there.
2-2.
And that is a ball low, and now the count is full. So Olivia Doppler, despite getting an 0-2 count early, now has to face a full count on the batter. And the pitch. And she walks her. So runner on first with 2 outs, and Toms River up 2-0. And that will bring up Adriana Cruz, number 11.
And we saw this before. Sometimes Rv can get in a little bit of a jam early on in their games, but again, over the course of the game, you start to see them start to really, again, start to get their hits, start to get their pitching controlled. So sometimes Rv does struggle a bit to start things out, but they usually, as the game goes on, will find a way to rebound. So I know it's early. So we're only in the top of the first here.
Rv has not had their chance to bat, but then again, don't worry too much. It's the beginning of the game.
Yeah, Toms River, though, big credit to them, though. It's a huge advantage to get these first couple of runs on the board because they're going to need all the runs they can get here today.
That pitch is ball high for 1-0.
And again, just an interesting matchup because these teams play very different opponents. Again, Rv in the Olympic Conference and Toms River East coming from the Shore Conference. So definitely a variety of opponents here. Just makes it for an interesting matchup here today with 2 teams who really do not see each other very often.
Here's a pickoff move right back to first, but the runner just gets back safely for a count of 2-0.
In fact, I can only think of a handful of occasions over the years that I've been here that we've played Toms River East in any sports for that matter. I can remember one soccer game in particular, but to be honest with you, not too many times has Toms River East come visit Mount Holly.
It's quite a unique matchup, to be quite honest. Since you said that they don't really play too often, you don't really know your opponent.
No, and that's what makes for an interesting matchup here. Again, you've got 2 teams who very different styles, very different conferences, so you never know what you're going to get in matchups like this.
And the pitch. Call the ball for 3-1.
So Liv having a little bit of trouble right now, trying to get this last batter out. Again, runner on first, 2 outs. As Cruz looks to keep this alive for Toms River. And she will.
So 2 consecutive walks for Olivia Doppler here. She's starting to look a little bit shaky here, but she only needs 1 out to get out of the inning.
So a good early test here for the Red Devils, getting themselves in a jam like this. See how they respond as this game goes on.
Fouled back for 0-1.
And again, the wind is coming from behind us here in center field. So I don't know if it's going to really necessarily help balls carry too high for that matter.
And the count is now 1-1.
You're going to be kind of fighting into the wind here as a batter.
And the pitch.
Certainly
Swung
playable.
up. And third base has gotten it. So RV finally gets out of the jam, but Toms River East does strike early with a 2-run shot. It is now it is 2-0 Toms River as we go to the bottom of the first.
All right, and while we get ready for the Red Devils to excuse me, come out and bat, let's take a look at how these teams have done going into this game today. As we said, RV 12-11, 9-7 in their first year in the Olympic Conference. They had wins this season over the likes of Burlington Township, a pair of wins over Camden Tech, Camden Catholic, Eastern, Cherry Hill East, and a big end-of-the-year win against Lenape, who is the top seed, I believe, in this bracket. Lenape is the 2 seed, but Lenape has been one of the top seeds for most of the year. And they actually played Lenape 3 times, so they got to win them the 3rd time. And then their losses coming to some of the top teams as well. Haddon Heights, Cherry Hill West, Bordentown, Shawnee, a pair of losses to Cherokee, who's also highly ranked, and Morristown. Toms River 12-6, as we said, 10-4 in the Shore Conference. They have a pair of wins over Toms River North, a win over Southern, Toms River South, a pair of wins over Brick Memorial, Pinelands, and Lacey. Now, Aiden, this is a very unusual stat here in their losses. They have a loss to Central Regional, a loss to Southern, 4 losses to Jackson Memorial. They played Jackson Memorial 4 times this year, twice in the regular season and twice in tournaments, in-season tournaments. 4 times they lost to the same team. That's a very unusual stat, in all honesty. I mean, for one thing, to play a team 4 times in 1 year, but to not get 1 win over that team is kind of surprising.
It's quite the unusual stat just to get swept with 4 games, but
yeah, when I was looking over their information, I was counting the wins and losses, and I kept looking. I was like, Jackson again. Just very unusual to see that 4 times in 1 season. Not only that, you play the same team 4 times in 1 year. All right, so we're just about ready to get started here, and we have a starting pitcher for the Raiders, whose name is Kaylee Fitzgibbons. Kaylee's had a really nice year. She has 92 strikeouts on the season for the Raiders. She's had a nice year, and now getting ready to face the Red Devils for the first time. And up to bat for RV will be number 14, Monroe Alexis Willis. So RV changing their lineup ever so slightly here. Usually Wizakowski leads off. It'll be Monroe Alexis Willis who lays down the bunt.
There's already a first pitch bunt, and that's gonna lay for an infield hit.
Yeah, that was just Alexis Willis right there. Monroe Alexis Willis just outrunning the bunt there.
Definitely using her speed to her advantage right here. Trying to get on base early as RV is going to try and start a rally and erase that deficit and even make a lead of their own.
So smart play there on the first at-bat as, again, Monroe Alexis Willis just simply outran the other team to the base. Now up to bat is Ava Sweet. So like you said, Aiden, RV's got an early advantage here with a runner on first as they're at their second at-bat.
As you can hear, the RV dugout bursting with energy, especially after that bunt hit.
Yeah, this is a very energetic group for sure. You see when they're warming up, there's a lot of singing and dancing. This is a very, very energetic group here for the Red Devils.
Kind of reminds me of the baseball team yesterday.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2-0. 3-0. Definitely waiting on that count. It is 3-0 but the pitcher throws some junk, and you can be patient at the plate when you're up in the count. And that's going to lay for a strike for 3-1.
And right down the middle on that one there for Fitzgibbons.
The 3-1. And that's going to fall low for a walk. So Rv getting the first 2 runners in the inning on base as they're going to start to try and capitalize with nobody out.
Well, that's exactly what you want if you're the Red Devils, because now you're going to bring up Melanie Early. It's one of the team's power hitters.
She can definitely do some damage here.
Early is one of the team leaders in pretty much most categories. Hits, home runs, RBIs.
Pretty much anything you can think of.
Yep.
And all it takes is one swing to completely change the game.
Absolutely. In fact, remember that last game? She hit a home run right near us.
And already, she gets ahead in the count 2-0 as 2 balls fall low.
So as we said, Tom's River jumped out early here with a good advantage, but man, the Red Devils quickly responding.
Just misses, and the count is now 3-0. Sometimes to be a good hitter, you don't always have to hit a bunch of bombs. You can be plate disciplined, draw some walks whenever you can.
Yep, definitely.
And now that ball finally falls for a strike. 3-1 is the count.
Two
And
one.
the 3-1. That's going to fall for another walk, and now the bases are jammed with nobody out.
Well,
Rv definitely looking to score some runs here.
well, this is a very similar situation we saw at the baseball game where the bases were loaded early. That's going to bring up Stephanie Kraska, another home run threat. Bases loaded for the Red Devils with no outs.
As we have a first pitch strike, 0-1.
So now this is a big chance here for Tom's River. They've got to make a couple of plays here. Bases loaded.
And that ball falls high for 1-1. So again, there is nobody out and the bases are loaded. So a walk would definitely force in a run. The 1-1. Struck foul down the third base line, and the count is now 1-2.
And that play, if that was fair, that probably could have taken away the run at home.
Pretty fortunate that it might have ran foul. And the 1-2. That's going to fall low for 2-2.
Kraska being very patient here.
Plate discipline can definitely win you a bunch of games. But also being aggressive at the right time is a perfect combination. And the 2-2. Swung on, and that's going to be dropped in foul territory by the catcher.
Well, that's a little break there for the Red Devils. That could have been out number one. And again, just going back one more time to baseball, we saw a lot of errors being made. And that really led to a big rally there for the Red Devils in the bottom of the first. So Rv softball in a kind of a similar situation right now.
So the count remains 2-2. And here comes the pitch. That's going to fall low for a pickoff move to third base, but
not a bad idea.
Back. And now the count is full.
So this is a very, very dangerous situation here for a pitcher.
And it's already not looking very good. As the pitch comes in, and that's going to be caught by the first baseman.
Heads up play there.
Which definitely is a good heads up play. And now Tom's River East finally gets their first out of the inning.
All right.
The Red Devils still have the bases loaded.
Yep, Rv, like you said, bases are still loaded. This is going to bring up number 17, Aubrey Jeffers. 1 out now for the Devils.
And that's going to fall in for a strike. And the 0-1. That's swung on.
Certainly playable.
And that's going to be caught by the first baseman yet again.
And right now, Tom's
the
River,
second baseman.
Tom's River doing a nice job working out of his jam right now. 2 straight outs after loading the bases.
RV can definitely not afford to just strand the bases and get nothing out of this.
Now, in a situation like this, you got to get something. Even if it's just 1 run, you got to make something happen.
No, up to bat is the pitcher, Olivia Doppler, number 11. And that's going to fall inside for ball 1.
So Fitzgibbon's really settling down here after those first couple of hits. And now 2 straight outs.
And that's going to fall low again for 2-0.
And officials are going to call time for a moment. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here as Ava Sweet will head out. And coming in for RV is number 40. We'll get that name in just one moment. Sorry, I just have to consult my roster here while we have a quick timeout. That's going to be Eliana Boonstra, freshman, coming in. So a pinch runner called here for Ava Sweet at second base. Monroe Alexis Willis at first. At third. Melanie Early at first.
Count is now 2-0 with 2 outs.
And there you go.
And it might have hit
I think
Olivia
Oliv got
there.
hit in the foot there, so there's your first run of the game.
It's going to force in a run since the bases are loaded, and RV is now on the board. It is 2-1 Toms River East.
Well, again, probably not the way RV drew it up, but they will certainly take that run, as that will now bring up number 23, Juliana Powell. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here on first base as well, as Olivia will head to the dugout. And I believe that's Sydney Wright, number 27, who will be the pinch runner. Or excuse me. No, I'll get that number for you in just a moment, folks. All right, so Juliana Powell up to bat.
And that first pitch is going to lay outside for ball 1.
Sorry about that. I had a spider crawling on my arm. That caught me off guard. I'm like, where did that come from?
Unusual things always happen. The 1-0. Throw back to third, and that's going to fall for a ball 2-0.
Let me see if I can get our pinch runner here for the Red Devils at first. That's number 28, Katie Dick.
And the 2-0. Swung down.
Just foul.
That definitely could have been a run scorer right there. Just couldn't quite keep that in play.
No, that had a good look, though. That could have maybe brought in possibly 2 runs.
And the 2-1.
Oh, right to the third base.
That's
What
going
a
to be
great
caught.
grab. So RV gets 1 run here in the bottom of the first, so they get something out of it, but they do leave the bases stranded, so that's going to bring us to the end of the first inning. Toms River 2, RV 1. We'll be right back with Rvtv's Game of the Week. All right, here we go. Top of the second inning. Rancocas Valley trailing Toms River East right now 2-1 after they had a run come in off of a hit by pitch on a bases loaded situation. 2-run homer in the top of the first for Toms River.
As the score is 2-1 Toms River East, we're in the top of the second. First pitch swinging, ground ball to short.
It's going to be safe, a little off there on the throw.
So that's going to be a throwing error on number 17.
That would be Aubrey Jeffers there for the shortstop for the Red Devils, as that was
way over
Sorry, I was
first
just trying
baseman's head.
Yeah, just trying to get the number there for Toms River. A little hard to see the numbers, honestly, some of these jerseys. Looking at Washington Township yesterday, I had a really tough time trying to read those numbers.
All right. First pitch high.
So last at bat was Madison Bernardo. This is now number 6, Emma Hamilton, as we're at the bottom of the rotation here for Toms River.
And the 1-0. Fell back for 1-1.
Pretty good defensive game we've seen here so far from these two. Those are some impressive outs that Toms River made, especially in the situation they were in.
Yeah, and same thing for RV. Even though they did give up a 2-run shot, got themselves into a jam, but were easily able to get out of it. As that ball is now lined out to left field.
A nice grab there.
Easily gets back,
Emily
and RV gets their first out of the inning.
Nice play there. Emily Wizakowski coming up to make that catch. Keeps the runner at first. 1 out now for the Raiders. All right, so that's going to bring up the top of the order now, number 9, Peyton Gallagher.
Ball 1. Thrown up high. And the pitch. Swung on, hit right to center field. Easily going to cut that off, but the base runners do advance 1 base. And now Toms River East threatening again with runners on first and second.
Yep, and 1 out here for the Raiders. As that brings us Ava Sorinsky.
As she does hit it, as she did strike out earlier in the first inning.
So once again, hitting right between left and center field here. That seems to be the favorite spot.
For both sides, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Ball down, so 1-1, or 1-0, excuse me.
Again, runners now on first and second with 1 out here for Toms River. Look over that state tournament bracket a little bit later on in this one.
The pitch. Throw back to first as the runner goes back.
Again, good heads-up play there.
Trying to keep the runners from getting a little too aggressive on the base runner.
And I've seen it before. Ava Sweet has a very quick release,
Which definitely can be helpful for a pickoff. And that's going to be
foul.
swung foul and out of play towards the bleachers.
You know, Aiden, a long time ago, we used to set up in the bleachers, and that was always something I kind of worried about a little bit, those line drives coming in like that. So I am really, really glad that adjustments have been made here in the outfield, and we can set up here with the most perfect camera angles you can imagine.
Definitely helps standing in the back. Right.
You can also see the pop flies coming, so if it's coming at you, you can have some time.
And that's going to be a swing for the count 2-2. So Olivia could really use another strikeout here.
Yeah, this would be a perfect opportunity right here to get their second out. As Toms River took advantage of the last inning.
And the pitch. It's going to be hit into play right to second. Flip to first, but the runners do advance to second and third. But RV now has 2 outs on the inning.
So 2 outs, runners now in scoring position here. And a chance for RV to try to get out of this inning. As RV's dropping their outfielders way back.
So Olivia Doppler trying to get out of this inning as quickly as possible and does deal a first pitch strike. That's popped right to center field. Easily caught, and RV gets out of the jam unscathed. But Toms River East still leads 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the second inning.
All right, so as we get ready for the bottom of the second, Let's also just take a quick look here. Again, this is usually the part where I talk about the last time these teams met, but first ever meeting, can't really do that. So we're going to instead go to our varsity sports scores. Again, these are scores from the end of the regular season. Baseball wrapped up the regular season with a win against Northern Burlington, 5-2, and again they followed up with that nice win yesterday against Washington Township, 11-1 in the first round of the state tournament. Softball again wrapped up their season against Cherokee with a loss, 11-7. Girls lacrosse also wrapped up their regular season at Cherokee with a 12-3 loss. Boys tennis wrapped up also at Cherokee with a 5-0 loss. Boys volleyball got a 2-1 win at Moorestown to wrap up their regular season. And so while we have a moment, let's also talk playoffs. As Aiden and I mentioned, we were at the baseball game yesterday. They won that 11-1. Softball's opener here, of course. Girls lacrosse opening on the road at Central Regional. First time opening on the road in a long time for RV girls lacrosse. Boys lacrosse also going to open up on the road. They're going to play at Manalapan. Boys tennis also opening up at Manalapan on the road. And boys volleyball with a home meet against Hunterdon Central to open up their state tournament play. So good mix here, a lot of home games for the Red Devils. Like I said, this is back-to-back days for us here at the East Hampton Sports Complex.
Good thing they're on very beautiful days.
Oh, you couldn't ask. Aiden, I've got to be honest with you. We've had it where, you come to this time of the year, you come to the fields, and you're thinking, oh, please don't let it be 86 and hot. But we got 2 perfect days here today. I mean, I kind of argue, I think this one's maybe even a little bit better than yesterday. We have a really nice cool breeze here in the outfield. But yeah, we really lucked out here these last 2 days getting just picture perfect weather to open up the state tournament.
So, bottom of the second, RV still down by a run.
And this is going to be Sydney Wright up to bat.
That's going to fall for a ball, surprisingly. I thought that was a strike at first glance, but I guess not. And the 1-0. First pitch swinging, that's going to be skied right to the catcher, and it's going to be dropped.
Wow,
that's another break, but it's going to be called foul. So RV doesn't quite get the call that they wanted, but at least that does not cost an out.
No, I mean that could have been an out there, but like you said, they were able to hold on here and it's called a very dramatic strike.
So the 1-1, 2-1. As we know, RV softball at least is very known for getting a bunch of runs very early. But so far they've been a little bit quiet, even though they did have the bases loaded. But the bats didn't really go. They scored that run on primarily walks and eventually hit by pitch. As the 2-2 goes in, as that is now fouled back.
Yeah, and a lot of that credit has to go to Kaylee Fitzgibbons right now, as she's playing really well. Again, she's only given up a couple of hits, and like you said, the one run was really on a bases loaded walk. So for the most part, Kaylee Fitzgibbons pitching a really nice game here for Toms River.
And that pitch is now swung and missed for Fitzgibbons' first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, right on cue there. Fitzgibbons, again, really limiting RV's offense right now.
She makes up that out by striking the batter out.
And this will bring up the bottom of the rotation here, Emily Wizakowski, the senior. And RV making some changes in their lineup today.
As that pitch is now fouled back for 0-1.
I don't know if you can hear the construction going on behind me here. As the turf field is being installed for, I believe, the start of next school year.
0-1 falls for a ball for 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Gonna fall low for 2-1.
So again, one out here for the Red Devils in the bottom of the second. RV trying to tie this one up.
3-1. Wizakowski, if I said that correctly.
Oh, you did, yep. Emily Wizakowski.
Trying to gets ahead in the count and maybe try and draw a walk here, as she
That's what
does
she
right
does.
now with a 1-out walk. RV gets another base runner aboard.
So that'll certainly help the Red Devils. As now we come to the top of the rotation, Monroe, Alexis, Willis.
As that is now a first pitch strike.
And Willis had a home run, remember in the last broadcast that we had. Certainly capable of that.
1-1 is the count. And the 1-1. That is swung on, and
Ooh.
that is just going to lay
Ooh.
foul. That would have definitely been a home run, but just pulled it ever so slightly too much.
Aiden, I think that was going to go in the field hockey field at that point. That thing had a lot of torque to it.
It just bounced off the second fence from right here. That was a missile. RV didn't quite get that in play. Just missed. And the pitch. That's going to fall inside for 2-2. And the 2-2. That's swung on, and it's going to lay foul and out of play as the count remains the same. Definitely fighting off a bunch of pitches, trying to stay alive here. She's definitely got the power to get it over the fence after that first foul.
Yeah, that's just a little to the left there.
That's going to hit her, and that's going to advance the runner. Ooh.
Now the officials are saying otherwise. I guess they're saying that that hit the plate. Kind of hard to see from our angle.
That was a loud thud. I thought it hit the.
Yeah, I thought it did too, but I
brace.
guess it just hit the plate.
So now we got a full count on our hands. And that's going to be hit right to second as Toms River East gets the second out, but the runner gets back.
And again, you got to hand it to Kaylee Fitzgibbons and the infielders right now. They're just not giving RV much to work with. And once again, that'll bring up number 42, Ava Sweet.
It's going to be a ball low, and it's going to get past the first baseman as Monroe is going to advance to second easily.
Yeah, Wizakowski, that is actually.
Oh,
that's
pardon
okay.
me.
That's fine. Yeah, Emily Wizakowski will be moving to second base.
So RV trying to threaten something with 2 outs as the 1-0 pitch deals. Wizakowski taking a big jump as the count now falls to 2-0. And the 2-0. Swung on, and that is going to be deep right before the wall, and that is going to be caught by the left fielder. So RV tries to threaten something with a man on second, doesn't quite get anything out of it, as Toms River remains up 2-1. We'll see you in the top of the third inning.
All right, welcome to the top of the third inning as we have a pitching change for the Red Devils. In now is number 16, Gianna Simone, as Olivia Doppler, the starting pitcher, went 2 innings.
With 1 strikeout, but did have a lot of walks and hits given up with 2 earned runs.
So RV making a change at pitcher. And again, this is Gianna Simone, who's a sophomore.
As she deals the first pitch strike.
And rips
And
that one. That's going to
gonna
go fair.
Right to right field. Doesn't quite have enough time to get the runner at first. As Toms River again gets a first batter hit of the inning.
All right. So no outs here in the top of the third, as again Toms River leads this one 2-1.
Throw back to first. But that is a strike, which is an 0-1 count. And the 0-1 outside for 1-1. It's going to be fouled back toward the cars.
Oof.
Oof.
Aiden,
Thankfully,
that
did
is
not
why
hit
I
anything.
park way over on the other side there.
Bit of a close call there.
It looks tempting to park right there. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go a little more toward the end, toward the exit. It's worth the walk.
1-1, and that is a swing and a miss.
So first strikeout of the day here for Gianna Simone.
She finally works her first out.
All right, so runner still at first here for Toms River. As this is going to bring up Adriana Cruz.
And that's going to fall for a ball.
So Gianna Capone last at bat there for Toms River. Now this is Adriana Cruz up.
1-0. Fired back to first, but the runner is going to advance on the wild throw.
Yeah,
There's another throwing error committed by RV.
we saw that in the last inning too with Wizakowski as she was able to advance on that overthrow.
So runner now on second base on a 2-0 count. Or excuse me, a 1-1 count. That's going to be swung on and going to be caught by right field. Runner is tagging. She'll easily get there.
Good throw there from the outfield, but like you said, runner advances to third. So now Toms River with a runner in scoring position.
But there are 2 outs on the inning.
So crucial at bat right here for both RV and Toms River, with Addison Gallagher sitting at third.
First pitch swinging, and that's going to fall out of play.
See if Gianna Simone can get out of this inning. Keep this a 2-1 game. Again, runner in scoring position at third.
And that's going to fall for a strike.
Right down the middle. Nice pitch there by Simone.
As the count is now 0-2, great opportunity to get the strikeout and end the inning. And that's going to ground right between first and second and isn't quite going to get the runner there. It was very close.
It was close, but damage done right there as back up by 2 now. It was Toms River. And runner safe at first. So
as it's now 3-1.
So call that an RBI single by your starting pitcher, Kaylee Fitzgibbons. He's doing a little bit of everything here today.
It's not looking too good for RV.
No, right now Toms River's bats are doing pretty well. RV's just got to, right now, just try to get out of this inning, get this final out.
That's going to fall for a first pitch strike.
And trailing 3-1 in this one. Always tough when you get these 7-10 matchups too, and these are 2 teams, again, very similar records, very similar styles, seasons.
It's going to ground right past the catcher. Oh, and that's
going
to
to
be
at first.
dropped.
Runner's moving to third.
And going to lay safe again.
My goodness, RV making a lot of mistakes right now.
This
so
is
now,
very unorthodox.
Yeah.
You don't normally see RV committing a bunch of errors. RV 3 on the game, and there's 2 in this inning.
yeah, this is just RV's having a lot of struggles right now. As this is going to bring up number 6, Emma Hamilton. as that was Madison Bernardo last at bat. Now runner at third again, and runner also at first. 2 outs.
Pickoff move to third as the runner gets back for a count of 1-0.
Again, Sweet looking for that pickoff if possible. Toms River showing excellent base running right now.
That's a swing and a miss for 1-1. Definitely something that Simone is looking for. And the 1-1. It's going to fall high for 2-1.
Hamilton just patient on that one right there.
Another swing and a miss.
Yeah, another beautiful strike. When she's in that strike zone, the picture perfect.
Just making the batters miss and trying to get out of the inning. As the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled away. As Toms River keeps this inning alive with a foul. Count remains 2-2.
So when RV gets back up to bat here, this is an inning where you got to start making something happen. So now you're trailing by 2 again.
In the delivery, and that is a swing and a miss. RV gets out of the inning, but Toms River does tack that run back in as they lead 3-1 over RV. We'll take a short break.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the third inning. RV now trailing this one 3-1. Melanie Early up to bat for the Red Devils. And Aiden, RV's got to make something happen pretty soon.
Well, they definitely have to get the bats going. Even though they are getting a lot of walks, they aren't quite capitalizing on those base runners. As we have first pitch swinging, but a beautiful play by the third baseman that saves a base hit. And RV already tacked with an out on the bottom of the third.
And we've seen this, a couple of these line drive shots that quickly either the shortstop or second or third base makes. And RV looks like it has something for a moment, and then quickly it's gone. All right, that's going to bring up number 9, Stephanie Kraska.
And she also swings on the first pitch, and again, that is caught by the left fielder. So 2 pitches and 2 outs already. Very quick 2 outs, I must say.
Yeah, this has just been outstanding fielding here by Toms River.
RV isn't quite hitting them in the right spot. It just happens to go right to the fielders.
This is going to bring up Aubrey Jeffers. So, like you said, 2 quick outs here on 2 pitches.
As that one's going to lay for a strike, 1-0, or 0-1.
Getting ready to head into the 4th inning here. Very fast-moving game today.
And that's going to be skied right to center. And that's going to be caught, so...
Wow, 4 pitches and 3 outs.
Very quick bottom of the third. RV just unable to capitalize on those hits.
All right, well, we're going to step aside for just a moment. Get ready to bring you the top of the 4th. You are watching Rvtv's Game of the Week. All right, here we go. Top of the 4th inning. 3-1, Toms River East leading the Red Devils.
As first pitch swinging, it's going to split the fielders and roll right into left field. As, again, Toms River gets the early leadoff hit.
Yeah, Toms River, like you said, they've got just playing really well. Playing good fielding, good batting right now.
Overall, those hits to RV, they are playing them very nicely. Just able to shut them off on defense. So that ball is first pitch strike.
So that was top of the order there, Peyton Gallagher. So this brings up Ava Sarinsky.
It's very unorthodox for RV to be down and only be held to 1 run.
Yeah, RV's got to get something going here offensively pretty soon. We were saying that last inning, that was a perfect opportunity. Well, they got to get something now.
And that is fouled back again for an 0-2 count.
So again, Gianna Simone in at pitcher. She came in last inning. Trying to slow down these Toms River East bats.
The 0-2. That's going to play
Rolled
fair.
I think there was a little bit
All
of
the runners are going to be safe with a quick throw back to second.
I think there was a little bit of confusion there all around. Certainly looked like that potentially could have just been a foul, but rolled fair.
Might have bounced foul, but rolled
It's,
back in.
yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those plays that I think everybody wasn't really sure what to make of it. But officials ruled fair, so 2 runners on now, first and second. And no outs for Toms River here in the top of the 4th.
And that ball is just going to miss upstairs for a 1-0 count.
So up to bat is right now Caitlin Colangelo, who leads this team in hits, home runs, and RBIs. 23 RBIs and 4 home runs on the season.
And that's going to miss upstairs again for 2-0 count. RV has definitely been struggling on pitching and defense as of late.
Yeah, RV's got to try to minimize these next couple of batters here.
As that ball is upstairs yet again for a 3-0 count. You could not let the runner get on base here and force a bases loaded with nobody out. As that pitch now finally falls for a strike. 3-1 is the count.
So again, RV's got to find something. I know we keep saying this, but got to find some kind of spark here. Something's got to happen, some kind of play. Because right now, your bases are loaded.
Yeah, and Toms River East is definitely wanting to capitalize and extend their lead to multiple runs. And they could definitely sacrifice an out just to add on to that lead, as they have nobody out right now.
Yeah, certainly. Actually, it's a very good point there. You could bring that in.
And first pitch swinging, that's going to line up right to center. A run will score as all the runners advance over, and now it is 4-1 Toms River East.
It's Toms River, once again, the bases are loaded and no outs.
And definitely, it's been a really big problem for RV. They just cannot get outs as easily, and Toms River is definitely capitalizing on all the fielding and pitching mistakes that RV is committing. As another first pitch swinging falls foul.
So RBI single there for Addison Gallagher is now Gianna Capone up to bat. And again, no outs facing Toms River right now, as they have just added to their total, leading 4-1.
Throw back to third as that pitch falls as a ball for 1-1.
Well, now there's no question about it. When RV's up to bat in these 4th and 5th innings even.
You can definitely use that as a chip on your shoulder and use it as a reason.
Oh,
That's
coming
gonna
right
fly
at us.
Right at us.
Oh.
Beautiful play, but a runner is going to tag, and the throw to third is not in time. So a sacrifice fly for Toms River East, as now they lead 5-1.
Well, we almost brought the action right into your living room right there, as that one was heading right for us. So thankfully, Juliana made a great catch in the outfield, because that was inches away. Sorry, I had to kind of pull my camera back there for a moment. I didn't know where I was heading. You were just asking me if that ever happens. Well, it just did. So, all right, so 1 out here.
Definitely a close call there.
Whew.
So runners at the corners with 1 person out.
That should be 5-1 on the scoreboard, correct? Yes, there it is.
Now they changed it.
I was going to say, I was just about to ask you. Kind of lost track of things there for a moment. A little more concerned about Juliana Powell and my camera here, so thankfully everything's all right. So now 5-1, Toms River East.
Very unusual for RV. And that's going to fall low for 2-1, or excuse me, 2-0.
It's so funny. I'm just thinking about it. When I was setting up here today, I thought, I wonder if I should set back a little bit further than I did last time. I might consider that in the future.
Definitely a very close call.
That was a little closer than I think we were expecting.
Pitch dealt, and that is just going to fall out of the reach, as the count is now 2-1.
And what have you seen from Tom's River here today, Aiden? Like, how do
Well,
you think that they're having so much success?
well, definitely they are shutting down RV on defense, and more importantly, they're capitalizing on all the mistakes that RV is doing, and it definitely helps that they're doing very good pitching as RV finally gets something their way with the double play, but that does not stop Tom's River from tacking on 2 more runs as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning as Tom's River East leads 5-1.
All right, so on that note, let's take a look. Actually, first, let's remind our viewers that if you would like to purchase a digital copy or DVD of this or any other Rvtv program, you can visit our school's webpage at www.rvrhs.com and click the About Us link. And as always, all proceeds of sales will help benefit the Jerry Krockenberg Memorial Scholarship. Alrighty, and why don't we take a look at the playoff bracket while we're kind of thinking about it here. So the number 1 seed, really should be no surprise, is Egg Harbor, as they've been one of the top teams in South Jersey and not the state for the last couple of years, as they are playing host to the 16 seed Williamstown. GCIT is the 8th seed. They're playing host to Central Regional. Southern will be the 5 as they play Toms River North. Cherokee is the 4 seed, as RV lost both games to Cherokee this year, as Cherokee will play host to Eastern. Other side of the bracket, Kingsway is the 3 seed. They will play Millville, the 14 excuse me, Millville, the 14 seed. Vineland is the 6th seed as they're playing host to Washington Township. And of course, the winner here today will take on the winner of Lenape and Pennsauken, as Lenape is the 2 seed. So the winner of this one will head to Lenape if Lenape is able to advance, unless Pennsauken pulls off the upset. But Lenape has been a very solid program. They have one of the top pitchers in South Jersey, and I think they're going to be a very tough out here for whoever plays them in the state tournament. But again, RV did defeat Lenape at one point this season, as we said at the end of the year. They played them a couple of times, had some good battles with them, not able to pull the win off until the very end of the season, as that certainly helped boost RV. I think helped really give RV this home game here today, as they were kind of teetering right on the edge of the 7, 8, 9 seed. But certainly thankful they were able to get yet another home game here today on this picture-perfect day from the East Hampton Sports Complex.
As we now go to the bottom of the 4th inning, RV is down 5-1 as they try to capitalize on trying to regain the lead. And there is a first pitch foul out of play, and the count is now 0-1.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a lot of foul tips here today. Aiden, are you seeing anything in particular from the pitcher that's causing this?
Well, I wouldn't really say that directly comes from the pitcher. It's more about just RV as a whole on offense. They're definitely trying to get the ball in play, but unfortunately for them, it's just been going right to Toms River East fielders and basically getting easy outs.
All right, well, this is Gianna Simone who's up to bat. This is her actual first at-bat today.
As she is replacing Olivia Doppler after she comes in from pitching, as she works to a 1-2 count.
Toms River just being very steady and consistent here in these first 4 innings.
As the pitch dealt, swung into play, and that is going to leave the yard. RV finally getting some runs. Well, getting a run at least, with a solo shot by Simone. As they finally start chipping away at that lead, it is now 5-2, Toms River East.
And that was just like we were talking about. They needed that spark on offense, and hopefully that'll be it for RV, as finally they got something to cheer about. Like I said, solo home run by Gianna Simone, making a big impact here in her first at-bat of the game.
Well, definitely, even though it is a solo home run, that definitely gives something RV to look up to, and maybe they'll start rallying because of it.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to do so, as this is going to bring up number 23, Juliana Powell.
And that's going to fall for a strike.
So each team's given up a home run here today.
And nearly another home run for Toms River East.
Very true.
Very
yeah,
close
we've had
call.
2 home runs and also 2 very close calls on either side.
As that ball falls low for 1-1.
Yeah, but a big response there, like you said, for RV is back in this one, down by 3 now.
The 1-1 pitch. And there is a bunt down the line, but it's going to just roll foul. So the count is now 1-2.
Good idea there by Juliana. Yeah, she had the base on that one for sure if that had stayed fair.
Well, now you can't really bunt here because if you bunt with 2 strikes and it's a foul ball, it's going to count as a strikeout, and you cannot afford another out here. So the 1-2 pitch. That's going to miss high. And if you can hear, the RV dugout is finally coming back alive right after that solo home run. You can definitely hear all the cheering from the team. And now they're finally in a good mood. That's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to get right past the pitcher and short for finally RV gets another hit.
Oh, bringing this one back now. The out is made, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Aiden. I must have missed something right there.
I'm not really sure what happened
Unless
there.
the catch was made right there. I'm sorry, folks. If we must have just missed that somehow. So actually, what we thought was going to be a single there actually turns out to be the second out for the Red Devils. This is going to be number 27, Sydney Wright.
As that falls for a first pitch strike.
So no matter what happens, as this inning goes out, RV got exactly what they needed there with that solo home run. But still a chance to try to add on to this lead a little bit.
And that's going to be fouled away for 0-2. So RV trying to fight back after giving up 5 runs. You can still hear the dugout blasting out with all their energy right now. That's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be swung on right behind first base, and second baseman makes the play for the second out of the inning.
All right, so 2 outs here for the Red Devils. We'll bring up bottom of the rotation again, number 22, Emily Wizakowski. So RV trying to stay alive here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that pitch is going to be in the dirt for the first ball.
So are you seeing any adjustments that RV could make here possibly?
Well, RV's definitely got to be aggressive on the bats, which they have been, but they aren't quite getting the hits off. As I just said, for being aggressive, they foul one off right now. But they definitely have to get the ball in play, and hopefully doesn't go right to the fielders.
All right, so RV again with 2 outs here in the 4th.
That's the 1-1. And that's going to be swung on and is going to fall just out of the reach of first and the right fielder, as the count is now 1-2. RV still trying to be aggressive on the ball and get some hits in.
And Wizakowski's trying to keep RV alive here in this inning. Again, a great performance here by Kaylee Fitzgibbons.
And that is going to fall low for 2-2. It's a good skill set to have, to be aggressive on the bat when you need to and still have a good plate discipline so you don't swing at junk. And the 2-2 falls to a full count. So she climbs herself from a 1-2 count to now a full count with an opportunity to get on base.
All right, big pitch coming up here for Toms River with a full count. 2 outs.
And that's going to be a walk. 2-out walk as RV is going to try to create a 2-out rally. And the dugout going at it again.
All right, top of the rotation once again, Monroe Alexis Willis up. And a chance to potentially try to drive in another run or two.
That's going to fall low for ball 1. Checks the runner at first. The 1-0.
You can
2-0.
definitely feel it, but the momentum seems to be shifting a little more toward RV here. You can kind of feel.
I don't quite think it's fully in RV's grasp, but one hit can definitely change it. And that is going to hit Monroe as another walk advances the runners. And RV already creating some trouble with 2 outs. And that could very well be the momentum shifter if it hasn't been already.
Yeah, it might not be exactly a hit that we were looking. It could have just been a hit by pitch. We'll see here as Ava Sweet now up to bat. Again, 2 outs still here facing the Red Devils in the bottom of the 4th.
And that is going to fall for a first pitch strike. The 0-1. Upstairs for 1-1.
Fitzgibbons trying to close out this inning.
That is a swing on and not quite going to leave the yard as the left fielder catches that ball. RV trying to do something with 2 outs, couldn't quite make anything out of it. But the solo home run by Simone definitely chips away at that lead as Toms River East leads 5-2 over RV. We'll take a quick break.
All right, folks, top of the 5th inning. RV has added to its total. It's now 5-2.
As first pitch swinging right out the center for the first out.
So quick out there, catch by Juliana Powell.
And RV finally getting, I'm not really sure what that was, but.
Sometimes just you have those moments, I don't know. But yeah, but that was a crucial home run in that last inning. So if RV chip away at that lead just a little bit.
And RV getting another break in with the first pitch out. And it looks like that's 2 pitches, 2 outs already. Well, we've seen that before.
And we have. Gianna Simone settling in very nicely here in the 5th. Trying to make this a quick one.
2 quick outs already, and something RV's definitely looking for. As we have 2 out. And another first pitch swinging.
Certainly potential.
That's
just
going to fall out of play.
Oh, well, you were just saying.
Just not quite going to get that 3-pitch inning.
Close. But yeah, this is exactly what RV needs to do. Score some runs and start limiting Toms River's offense here. So if they're able to get out of this inning and try to get back in that 5th and get back up to bat.
And the 1-0 leads to a swing and a miss for an 0-2 count.
Two quick outs here for Toms River. RV trying to close it out.
Ball is going to be popped out of play as the count remains 0-2. With the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be grounded right to short, who does not quite feel that quite cleanly, as Toms River is going to get a 2-out hit. So, not quite the 1-2-3 inning that they're expecting, but at the very least, they do have 2 outs coming in with the next batter.
That's a runner now on first. As you said, Aiden, 2 outs. As we're once again at the top of the rotation with Peyton Gallagher.
And that is the first pitch swing right out to left field and fielded cleanly. So RV gets a quick top of the inning as Toms River East still leads RV 5-2.
Well, that was a crucial inning right there. They needed to make that one a fast one. So now RV can go right back on offense here. So Aiden, I've got to ask you, what does RV got to do here in this inning?
Well, RV has definitely been aggressive on the bats. They're just not quite getting those hits in, which can't really do too much about. But they're also being very plate disciplined, and honestly, the energy coming from the dugout definitely should play a good factor coming in.
And then if you're Tom's River, what do you do here? Because again, you're starting to feel RV is kind of shifting things ever so slightly in their favor. So if you're the Raiders, how do you approach this inning?
Well, you still got to be locked down on defense and pitching, and pretty much keep your cool and limit any form of hits or walks or anything for them to get on base.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be Melanie Early who will be up first for the Red Devils. And Melanie's having a little bit of a quiet day here for the most part. I kind of feel like she's going to be due pretty soon here for one of these big hits. Again, she leads the team in many batting stats here for the Red Devils, including home runs and RBIs. So this is a perfect opportunity for a player like Melanie to make this big impact and try to get RV right back in this game. It certainly doesn't, they're certainly not out of it by any means, but early on, until that solo home run, they just had this feeling like there was like a lack of energy. Like you've been talking about how their dugout's been very energetic since, but there was just something that you could just feel in those third and fourth innings or so that RV just like either wasn't in the game or something was just going on.
RV was pretty much just shut down, and then finally after that home run, they have some form of life. As they now start batting at the bottom of the fifth inning, they're down 3 runs, so they definitely have to start making something.
Well, again, Melanie Early up to bat first here in the bottom of the fifth.
And that's going to fall low for ball 1. So again, you must be very disciplined here, and you have to be aggressive on the bat to start moving some runners on base, and that is going to be lined all the way down to the batting cages, down the third base line.
I got to tell you, Aiden, between the people in the bleachers and us out here, man, we're all getting really close calls here today.
I mean, RV's being aggressive as they can be.
Oh, definitely. Getting everybody involved here today.
It's the 1-1. It's going to fall high for 2-1. It's going to be flied right over the center and field it clean through the first out.
And again, Fitzgibbons remaining in here in the fifth inning. Just continuing to frustrate the RV batters here today. She's played a very solid game.
Well, you don't always need strikeouts to get through the game, as long as you're forcing ground balls and fly balls and you're just getting outs out of it. That's pretty much all you need.
Yeah, we've just seen a ton of pop flies here today.
RV just quite isn't getting the momentum. As first pitch swinging, and that is not gonna, and center field's not gonna quite get it, and the throw to second, she's gonna get in there for a double.
Nice play there, Stephanie Kraska just beating that one.
Very close call coming in.
Yeah, that was a down to the wire play right there. So now Kraska looks like she is going to. Oh, no, correction. I thought we were going to have a pinch runner. Kraska will be at second base. Big hit there by Stephanie Kraska.
And that definitely can be a momentum shifter coming in.
Oh, definitely. And RV right now needs to lean on their players, their senior players like Stephanie. Try to get them back in this one.
So let's see if Stephanie's energy, getting that one-out double, can definitely spark something.
Aubrey Jeffers back up.
As she takes ball 1 low.
Yeah, that was just a perfectly placed hit by Kraska. Finally got one of these pop flies here to not carry so much.
As Audrey still exercises her good plate discipline as she takes ball 2.
If RV can get at least one in this inning, that's going to be a big shift.
There's going to be hit right to center field. They're going to stop Stephanie at third as the throw's going to get over the catcher and she'll easily score. Audrey goes all the way up, standing up at third base. And RV chips away at the lead. Again, it is now 5-3 Toms River East.
Well, that was a big mistake there by Toms River, a throwing error there, trying to cut off the runner at home. I didn't think that was exactly necessary to do that, but ends up being a mistake there, and the Red Devils are going to take advantage. And
I don't quite think that was the right play. You probably just throw it off the cutoff and pretty much limit the run.
So here's Simone back in as she had a home run last at bat.
And you could argue she started RV's momentum as she swings and misses on the first pitch.
So 1 out now for the Red Devils. Trying to stay alive in this one, now trailing by 2.
Now she'll fly that out of play for 0-2.
Like we said, if RV can just keep chipping away here at this lead and get to the 7th inning and try to get this game either tied or maybe even have the lead heading into the 7th.
They're definitely making something go live. The 0-2. And that is going to be fouled back again as the count remains 0-2. Simone definitely fighting off these tricky pitches coming in. And RV definitely wants to score Audrey from third base, and they would make that a 1-run game.
Yeah, so again, Jeffers at third and 1 out. 2 strikes here to Simone. RV continues to battle here in the 5th.
In the 0-2. And that is going to be fouled away. Simone keeping herself alive in the plate as the count still remains 0-2.
And Tom's River going to drop their outfielders back a little bit. Smart play here.
They've
saw
definitely
what
been
Simone
hitting
can
the
do.
balls very deep, especially since Simone hits a home run. As she finally takes ball 1.
RV's done this at times. We've seen them come back facing a deficit.
They are no strangers to being down. And that is going to be a drop 3 strike. And Simone is going to beat the run to first as Audrey scores from third on the wild pitch. And now folks, I don't believe I was going to say this, but we now have a one-run ball game.
And what a comeback here in the 5th inning by the Red Devils.
And definitely that momentum is just going off as Simone is being pinch ran.
And so pinch runner now for the Red Devils. Actually, I think I had said Katie Dick before. It's Giada Sanchez, number 25. So Giada is now the pinch runner here for the Red Devils at first base. 2 outs, and RV has climbed right back in this, making it a 5-4 game. Looking for the tying run.
As that ball is now low. He's 1-0.
And again, only 1 out for the Red Devils here in the 5th. We said they needed to make something happen in one of these last couple of innings, and it looks like the 5th might be the charm here.
That's going to be swung on, and nobody's going to get to that in foul territory as the count is now 1-1.
All right, so 2 strikes now with 1 out as Fitzgibbons tries to get Toms River out of this inning. RV's added 2 runs. And we got ourselves a game again.
Showing bunt, but pulls away for ball 2.
And again, you got to go back to that throwing error by Toms River, which set up that first run here in this inning.
The 2-1. Shows bunt right down the third base line. And there is a wild throw at first. Runners are going to keep going. They're going to stop the runner at third. And RV has the leading run at second base. Toms River East definitely making a lot of mistakes, and RV is now capitalizing on all of them.
Toms River kind of falling apart here in the 5th as now Sanchez is at third, and now Juliana Powell is at second. So all of a sudden, RV with only 1 out can do some real damage here, potentially even take the lead.
They've had multiple hits going in with only 1 out.
Yeah, we've been saying before how Fitzgibbons has had good control of this game, and all of a sudden, this 5th inning, things are starting to fall apart here for Toms River.
As everything is starting to look up.
All right, this will be Sydney Wright up to bat.
As that ball is going to fall low. Runners are being aggressive off the bases.
And again, Toms River just looking to try to get out of this inning here. It's been a bit of a mess here in the 5th. RV right back in this one.
Even though it's only been 2 runs that they've given up.
It feels like so much more, and potentially more could come.
Yeah, the 1-0. Lays down a bunt right to the pitcher, and the run will score from third. And the runner's going to be held up in a rundown from, looks like she'll be tagged out, but the runner from second is going to score. And RV with a 4-run 5th inning has now climbed from a 5-1 deficit. Oh, and looks like we got some confusion.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion here at second. RV has finally gotten what they've needed here. They're now up 6-5 in what seemed a little improbable a few innings ago. And now the officials are going to talk things over. They're questioning whether Sydney Wright was out at second. But again, the damage is...
I'm not so sure if she... I don't think she went out of the baseline. She had every right to go out, and they're going to rule her out.
Yeah, the officials are ruling the out here.
But the run does still score for RV, as now they finally take a 6-5 lead.
So what a huge rally here by the Red Devils as they're able to get up 6-5. They were trailing 5-2 only moments ago, and now RV, for the first time in this game, leads. And we still got a couple more innings to go here, Hayden. This is going to be a very dramatic finish.
It's been one heck of a roller coaster, if I say so myself.
All right, 2 outs, or 1 out, I should say.
Energy is ramping up from not only the RV dugout, but also the fans from the stands. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah.
As the count is now 1-0 in the pitch. And now that's down for 2-0.
The Red Devils mounting a furious comeback here in this inning. Again, trailing by 3, now leading by 1. After a couple of big mistakes here by Toms River.
As the pitch goes in. Showing bunt, but that's going to roll foul for 2-1. RV with a bunch of well-timed hits and capitalizing on Toms River East's mistakes as they climb all the way back and still looking to do some damage in the bottom of the 5th.
Pitch to Wizakowski,
And
hits
that
it right
is
toward
going
us.
to...
Great play in the outfield.
So
And that is going to wrap up the inning, but RV's damage has been done. The Devils are back up for the first time, or up for the first time, I should say, in this game, 6-5. So, Ian, we're going to get ready to head to the 6th inning. Get ready, folks. Here we go. You're watching Rvtv's Game of the Week. All right, folks, here we go. Top of the 6th inning. RV has taken the lead for the first time in this game, 6-5 now, as the Red Devils trying to hold off Toms River East, hold them to their final 6 outs.
as bunt is thrown on the first pitch, and they're gonna get the runner at first for the first out.
Well, it's exactly what you want if you're RV. Excuse me. Again,
Very good fielding play by Simone. Heads up play, just gets the ball, guns are out at first.
so exactly what needed to be done there for RV. 1 quick out, and now Toms River down to their final 5.
As first pitch strike is thrown.
Again, Toms River, who looked so good for the majority of this game. And again, you just those couple changes in momentum, and all of a sudden you got to go back to that home run by Simone. And it's kind of been really downhill for the most part at this point for Toms River. So,
And RV gets another strike.
so the Raiders now have 1 out in this top of the 6th.
They're already behind on an 0-2 count. As it deliver. Right back to Simone for the second out. Great heads-up play again.
So
Getting the sharp grounder. Falls right into her mitt and just easy toss the first.
RV, very impressive start to this inning now. 2 quick outs. Trying to, again, we were saying how RV always has the capability to drive in a bunch of runs in a given time, and that's exactly what happened in the 5th inning here.
There's already a first pitch swinging, and that's going to fall for a foul tip.
There's a couple of innings ago, Aiden, you and I were both kind of wondering, what RV could do to get back in this one. Well, they found a way, and they lead this one by 1. It's been a very exciting game here from the East Hampton complex.
As Simone deals the ball, 1-1 is the count. Oh, pardon me. 1-1 is the count.
So again, 2 outs here for Toms River.
And she delivers. That's going to be tipped up. Easy catch for second. And RV with the quick 1-2-3 inning, as they're going to try and get some insurance runs at the bottom of the 6th inning as they lead 6-5 over Toms River East.
All right, and one more reminder for our viewers that if you would like to purchase a digital copy or DVD of this or any other Rvtv program, visit our school's website at www.rvrhs.com and click the About Us link. And as always, all proceeds of sales will benefit the Jerry Krockenberg Memorial Scholarship. Let's take a look one more time as well at that playoff bracket. So the winner of today's game will face the winner of Lenape and Pennsauken. It would be the 4th time this season that RV and Lenape will have played each other if that holds out. On the other side of the bracket, Kingsway is the 3 seed. They will play Millville. Vineland's the 6th. They play Washington Township. Flip side, Egg Harbor's the number 1. They play Williamstown. GCIT and Central Regional are your 8-9. Southern is the 5 seed playing Toms River North. And 4 seed Cherokee is playing Eastern. So a potential rematch with Lenape could be in the cards here if RV is able to hold on to this one. As the Red Devils have rallied back here in the 5th inning and now getting ready to go to the bottom of the 6th. And just like you said, Aiden, a couple of extra runs here I think would certainly all but wrap things up. As Toms River, again, you could feel all that momentum that they had in those first 4 innings or so has just seemingly evaporated.
Pretty much it's been miserable those first 4 innings. And then once the top of the 5th goes in, after that solo home run by Simone, RV basically climbs their way to a 6-5 lead.
Yeah, it's just been quite a rally here for the Red Devils. And starting the top of the rotation again will be Monroe Alexis Willis. And again, if RV can add a run or 2 here in this inning, I think that would be just about all she wrote here. As the Red Devils looking to try to advance in the South Group 4 tournament. Again, they'll play the winner of Lenape and Pennsauken.
So the 1-0. That's going to be swung on. Fly ball right to center. Ooh, it nearly dropped, but she holds on. And RV charged with their first out of the inning.
All right, a little close call there, but like you said, Toms River makes the out. Then Toms River needs to make this a 1-2-3 inning for sure. As Ava Sweet back up to bat. RV's got to try to, like I said, add a little bit extra here in this inning if possible. And if you're Toms River, you just want to get this inning over as quickly as possible.
Chopper the 3rd. Throw across the diamond, and there's already 2 outs.
Well, Toms River doing exactly what they need to do. And you got to give a lot of credit still to Kaylee Fitzgibbons. She's played this entire game so far, and she's held tough as her team right now is trailing by 1, but she just continues to really limit RV's batters. As Toms River will try to keep this game alive here in the top of the 7th. And this one looks playable as well.
And that is going to fall, but it's going to roll foul, so Toms River is definitely going to get a break out of there.
Yeah, a lot of confusion right there. There are about 4 players just waiting to see where that one was going to go, and I don't know. That just chalk up one of those. You don't really want to call them a mistake because nothing really came out of it, but remains to be seen.
Definitely see what happens.
All right, so again, 2 outs for the Red Devils here in the bottom of the 6th.
As the 0-1. And that is going to fall for a ball. The count is now 1-1.
As Toms River is trying to get out of this inning and try to extend this game if they can.
The 1-1. That's just, ooh, it's going to hit the coach.
Right off of her ankle there.
She appears to be okay, at least.
Shelby toughing that one out. That was a line drive shot.
Gotta be tough out there. As the count now falls to 1-2. RV down to their last strike of the inning. As the pitch. There's another chopper down the third base line, also gonna lay foul. And the count remains the same.
Again, Fitzgibbons hanging in there, trying to retire the side for the Red Devils and give her team one more chance to try to either tie or take the lead. What's been an outstanding first-round playoff game for both teams.
And yet again, another scorcher down the third base line that just lays foul. They can't quite get that in play. RV definitely staying alive here as they're continuously fighting off that 1-2 count. And the pitch. And now that's up in the air. And that's going to fall out of play.
Same direction again, though.
Yet again.
Same result.
That's 4 in a row that just follows the third base line. Still keeping themselves alive. And the 1-2.
Same result. Four straight fouls, all heading down the third base side, like you said.
It's like deja vu at this rate.
It's deja vu of deja vu.
You could definitely say that
Oh,
again.
my goodness. 4 straight.
I believe that's 5, actually.
Maybe.
As we get the 1-2 yet again. And that's going to fall for a ball for 2-2.
So again, still 2 outs. RV down to their last strike here, potentially, in this 6th inning.
The 2-2. That's going to be inside for 3-2. Working off multiple pitches and works herself to a full count. RV going to try and do something with 2 outs, trying to get some insurance. And she delivers. Whoa! Appears it hit someone in the stands. I hope everything's okay up
Yeah,
there.
looks like. I'll tell you, I'm really liking this spot here in the outfield now. I've been seeing way too many go into the stands here today. Goodness.
Man.
Like I said, we had our own close call earlier on, but
Multiple
playoff
fouls down the
softball,
line.
what can you say? All right, staying alive here. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th.
And the full count. And she's gonna walk. Why don't you look at that? I can't remember how many pitches that was. There were multiple foul balls, but
Well,
climbing herself all the way from 1-2 as she draws a 2-out walk, and RV trying to do something.
so now
2
Melanie
outs.
early on first, Stephanie Kraska up to bat. As you said, 2 outs. RV staying alive in this inning.
And looks like we're gonna get another foul ball down the third base line.
And umpire rolling this in advance to first. Time being called.
Looks like it was an intentional walk, maybe.
Well, I mean, when she hit it, it kind of bounced off of her foot, it looked like. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner here for early, as this is going to be number 4 for the Red Devils. That is Trinity Saucier, making her first appearance here today. So officials talking this one over. And again, these are some crucial calls this late in the game. So now RV with 2 runners on, 2 outs.
Trying to get some insurance out of this.
And this is Aubrey Jeffers up to bat. So if Jeffers can get a good hit here, can potentially try to drive in 1 run if possible. Like you said, Aiden, trying to get those extra runs.
It's a big jump from second.
Try to get them a little more support here as they head into the 7th. RV could potentially try to close this game out.
That's going to be hit high, right out to short, and it's going to be caught.
All right.
So RV definitely had some trouble going in with 2 outs, but unable to really get any runs as we now go to the top of the 7th as they try to finish off Toms River East, and we'll take a short break.
All right, folks, here we go. Top of the 7th inning. RV leading 6-5. They trailed by as much as 4 at one point in this game, came rallying back in the 5th, And now a chance to close this one out.
As first pitch strike has been dealt.
It's Toms River potentially down to their last 3 outs.
They have to capitalize on something. As a first pitch.
Gonna go just foul.
Excuse me. Just foul ball down to the first base line. Fortunately, it rolled foul.
Yep.
Would have been an easy out.
Gianna Simone coming in relief, pitching a nice game here.
And that's going to be
That's a
cuts
base hit.
right between short and third base. As Toms River East works a leadoff single.
That's a runner on here already for Toms River.
As we now have the leading run coming up to the plate.
Potentially. Now, all the credit here to the Raiders, as that was Gianna Capone last at bat. Adriana Cruz now up.
That ball is going to be dealt up for 1-0.
So still a chance here for Toms River with no outs here in the top of the 7th. A runner on first. RV can try to force a double play here.
In the 1-0. That's going to fall for a strike. 1-1.
So RV's got to be careful here.
They cannot afford to give up any runs if they want to end this. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Perfect, right down the middle strike. All right, 1-2 your count now.
And the 1-2. Gonna fall down for called strike 3. Crucial out for RV as they work up their first out for the inning.
So now 1 down here for Toms River, and that will bring up your starting pitcher, Kaylee Fitzgibbons. Been a very good performance here pitching-wise for Fitzgibbons.
As a swing and a miss. Continuing that momentum after that strikeout. And that RV dugout still yelling. But Toms River East definitely not going out without a fight.
No, definitely not.
This ball 1 is taken outside.
This team has certainly come to play here today. A very impressive showing for Toms River as RV is just looking to hold on here. Again, winner of this one potentially will play either Lenape or Pennsauken.
That's going to be swung and fouled back as a 1-2 count ensues.
RV again trying to close out this inning. Been a good performance. We'll say more so in the second half of this game. Again, RV struggled a little bit in the first 3 innings, but then really started to come alive in the 5th.
As that ball is upstairs, 2-2 is the count.
So now Gianna Simone trying to close this one out for the Red Devils.
The 2-2. That's going to be put in play, and beautiful pitch, and that's going to be thrown back to first as RV comes all the way back from a 5-1 deficit, and they win it 6-5 after the nice double play.
And we were just saying a double play here would be really crucial. And that's exactly how this game's going to end. And what a game here today. RV holds on, they come back, and they hold on to win 6-5 over a very resilient Toms River East team. Final thoughts, Aiden?
That was one heck of a game.
Yeah, what else can you say?
It was like a tale of two teams. In the first part, RV just looked like they basically didn't even show up apart from that 1 run. But after that Simone hit, and then Stephanie leading it off in the bottom of the 5th inning, they ultimately rallied themselves back to take the lead, and pretty much they've held them on defense, and they ultimately win 6-5. Great game by them.
What a great game. What an awesome rally here by the Red Devils, and all the credit in the world to Toms River, who gave the Red Devils one heck of a fight here, just not able to finish the job, as RV will be moving on to the second round of the state tournament. So once again, your final score, Rancocas Valley 6, Toms River East 5. So for Aiden DeLucia, I'm Jason Sapp saying thank you for watching Rvtv's special playoff edition of Game of the Week. We'll see you next time.